Now you guys don't have an excuse as to why you can't do makeup, because I'm about to put you guys on to my favorite drugstore products that won't break the bank, and they're such good quality. So something that is just as important as primer is skin prep. I always, let's say you're doing your makeup in the morning, of course you're doing your skincare, which is great, but let's say it's the middle of the day, you did your skincare hours ago. I would say to put a very good moisturizer. I highly recommend this first moisturizer. I like it a lot because it's not a heavy moisturizer. It's very lightweight, but it gives you just the moisture you need for your skin. So we're moving on to primer. We have the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I absolutely love this primer. This primer, you definitely don't need the high-end version. I'm sure you've heard of the dupe. I've tried her once and I was like, you know what? I'll save my money and use e.l.f.'s primer. We're gonna do these brows. I use the e.l.f. brow pencil. I always forget the shade that this is in, but I will definitely put it on the screen. I always tell people that the brand of brow pencil does not matter to me as long as it's a pencil and it has a spoolie. That's all that matters. The spoolie is just for conveniency, but the pencil, I just feel like pencils give you more of a natural vibe, even though I have been told that my brows kind of look microbladed, but I'll take that as a compliment. I love the way my brows look with me using brow pencil. But as you guys can see, I don't fill in everything. I just fill in the places that need it, and then I spread it out or blend it out with the spoolie. Next, we're gonna talk about concealers. So even when I'm not just using drugstore makeup, I do use this concealer to carve out my brows every single time. The proof is literally in every single one of my makeup videos. I use the shade Cool Tan usually, but today I used Pure Beige just because I wanted my eyebrows to look a little more highlighted. But this is an OG concealer and it's been around for so long because it does really good, and I love the applicator. I feel like this is kind of like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people don't like this applicator, but it just makes it easy for me and I don't have to carry around an extra brush. So a win is a win. Now, this is the only drugstore brow glue that I've ever tried. This is the NYX eyebrow glue. The applicator is a spoolie, very easy to use, highly recommend, and it gives you just the right amount of hold. I'm gonna use those same concealers to do under my eyes. I do a combination of both. At first, I usually use the lighter one and I'll put it in the inner corner and the outer corner, and then I'll put the one that's closer to my shade and I'll put it in the middle. But then honestly, towards the end, I'll just end up kind of blending both of them together. But two concealers isn't necessary. Honestly, just use the one that is closer to your skin. I'll put the concealer on, blend out the edges, and then let it stay there. And I'll let you guys know when I'm about to blend it out. Moving on to our foundation option. Today I use the Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the shade 355. This is in Coconut. This was the very first drugstore foundation that I used and I did good. It is so good, y'all. Like, I honestly think this is one of the best drugstore foundations ever. It is, I would say, medium coverage, still extremely good, and it doesn't really feel like I have much on. Alternative to that, I actually use this when I'm traveling because it has a little SPF, literally 15, but this is the Revlon Serum Tint. I really like it because it's small, it's not glass, but this does really good if you're traveling. However, since it is a tint and it has some sunscreen to it, this is light coverage. But to show you guys, I had this serum tint in these pictures and it gave me just enough coverage for traveling. Today I used both of these blushes. This is the e.l.f. Putty Blush in Bali. I love how pigmented their blushes are. I did start out with the Undone Beauty blush in Dahlia. This is the lip to cheek palette, so you can use it on your lips, you can use it on your cheeks. I wanted more of a pink-ish look up here, so I started out with this. And then I put a little bit of this deep red color. They have so many options to both of these blushes. Highly recommend them. So now this is where I do blend my concealer. So I take this foundation brush and I start patting it in. Now for contour, typically I prefer to bronze, but I will say that when I contour with this foundation stick, so good. This is the black opal foundation stick in Carib. When you're bronzing and contouring, don't go by a map. I know there's so many maps online of this is where to apply blush, this is where to apply bronzer, this is where to apply contour. Forget them. Unless someone has, you see someone online who's doing their makeup, they have the same face shape as you, cheekbones, cool. But I will say, make sure you're doing your makeup geared towards your face. If someone has high cheekbones and you don't, and you're following their makeup tutorial to a T, it might not look as good as compared to if you do it for your face shape. You know what I mean? To set my concealer, I use the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder. This is in the shade 35 Deep. I really like it because it doesn't really give me that light under eye look, and sometimes I don't like that. This is the best loose powder that I could find in the drugstore that I've tried with my skin. I do have combination skin, so if you try this, let me know. For setting spray, I'm using the e.l.f. Stay All Night setting spray. It actually broke while I was filming this video. Oh, okay, kind of working, but it broke when I was filming this video. But I really like this setting spray. I'm actually very picky when it comes to drugstore setting sprays, but this one does make my makeup last, especially if you like the dewy look. So good. And for my bottom lashes, I do have lash extensions, but if I didn't, I would use it on both the bottom and top. But this is the Big Deal Waterproof Mascara from L'Oreal. They do have a regular one if you're not a fan of waterproof products. Another option is the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara. If you haven't tried that, I really recommend it. Lip liner, I use the NYX lip liner. This is in the shade Espresso. And they have so many shades. Of course, you don't have to use Espresso, but I'm just saying their lip liners, so affordable, so good, so many options. For lip gloss, I'm using the NYX Butter Gloss in Praline. I will say it's not too sticky, but the stick is there. So if you're really weird about texture, maybe not. It's definitely not a crazy amount of stick like the lip glosses that you find at the beauty supply store. So highly recommend this. They have so many colors, so many options. Please try it if you never have. Yeah, that is it. That's the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped. If you try any of these products, please let me know in the comments. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Only if you want to, but I appreciate when you guys do. And I will see you guys in my next video very, very, very soon. Bye.